If you're interested in having a home theater setup on a budget, Wanbo is one of the go-to brands for projectors. Most of the projectors they offer are not only affordable, but most of them are also very portable. We have reviewed some of their projectors in the past, and if you haven't done so, well, then you should. Today, we are checking out one of the newest additions to the Wanbo lineup, the Vali 1. Not to be confused with the Dali one we checked out last year, this one is a lot less portable. It's a bit more similar in size to your typical projector, but it's also a lot more capable. The question is this though, is the new Wanbo Vali 1 the projector you should consider getting for your setup and maybe even for your upcoming budget home theater? Well, I'm Jose from Yugatech and let's find out in this review of the Wanbo Vali 1. So let's begin with the design of the projector. And like most Wanbo projectors, this has an all-white body, but it does have this black trim piece right here, which is something we've come to know from most Wanbo projectors. Unfortunately, if you don't like the white color, well, this is the only color available. No black, no red or blue or anything else. In terms of size, it is quite big, especially compared to the last Wanbo projector I tried out. It's almost 7.5 inches tall and 10 inches wide. It's also quite heavy too, weighing 2.8 kilograms. That's because the stand is fixed onto the projector body. You can't really separate it from the projector itself since the power socket is located at the bottom of the stand. This does make it easier to cable manage, especially for those of you who are OC with cable management. As a result, this doesn't make it very portable, at least compared to the Dali 1 and the T2 Ultra we tried out last year. While you can bring it around, it will be quite cumbersome, but at least it does come with a stand already, meaning it is very easy to set up. This also makes it easy to pack up. When not in use, the all-white body could even match the rest of the furniture in your house. We set up the Vali 1 here in the living room of the Yugatech HQ, and it took no less than a few minutes to get everything up and running. In fact, it took us a bit longer to set up the projector screen as compared to the projector itself. Just set it down, adjust the angle up and down, and you are good to go. Alternatively, you can hang it from the ceiling since there is a thread at the bottom of the stand for a projector mount. So you can have it like this, or this, or this. I don't know, up to you guys. It also has 200 degrees of up and down movement, allowing you to even project stuff onto the ceiling. This means you can watch movies lying down while on the bed and just look up. Well, that's assuming you have a big flat ceiling you can project to. While that's great and all, the only problem I have with the stand is that it limits the movements available on the Vali 1. What I mean is that you can't angle it left or right. Instead, you will have to move the projector itself. Still, it's something you can live with. It does come out of the box with Android OS, which we'll talk about more later on, but you do get some ports too. Aside from the aforementioned power socket located on the stand, you also get an HDMI port, a USB-A port, and a 3.5mm audio port, should you choose to connect it to your speakers. But even if you don't connect it to your speakers, this already comes with built-in speakers already, and we'll talk more about that later. The projector also has large fans to dissipate heat. The fans are so big that you even have a separate panel over here with a filter. However, thankfully there is no issue with noise coming from the fans, even when you're just using the built-in speakers. In fact, your aircon might even be louder. But of course, I'm sure you're all curious as to how the Wanbo Vali 1 works as a projector, so let's check it out. When you boot it up, it automatically adjusts the keystone and focus to make it a perfect look wherever you point it. Compared to other Wanbo projectors we've tried in the past, the Vali 1 seems to adjust the keystone and focus a lot faster. More importantly, it also gets the keystone almost perfect in one go. You didn't need to adjust the keystone manually anymore. It even gives you the option to choose how the projector is set up, meaning does the image need to be inverted, mirrored, or whatnot. So this makes it very flexible depending on what your setup will be. And as I mentioned earlier, it runs on Android 11, so setting it up is similar to your Android phone. Just sign in your account details and you're good to go. The UI is similar to most Android TVs, making it easy to go through the menu. You have Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, and other Google apps pre-installed, but you can of course download more from the Google Play Store if you want to. Now, unfortunately, the UI isn't that fast or smooth though, and there is some lag when you're going through the menu. It also takes some time to load up some of the apps like Netflix and YouTube, but overall it is very bearable. Now, in terms of the output, this projector has a maximum resolution of only 1080p, but it has a projection size of up to 130 inches. Maxed out, the quality isn't really the best, and you can see the limitations of 1080p as well as some distortions. From our experience though, having it projected at around 70 to 80 inches is the best. Despite having just 1080p resolution, the quality is quite impressive. The colors are quite vivid, but the blacks aren't that deep even if you have no other light source turned on. Speaking of light source, there's no need to worry too much about light. If you plan to use the projector during the day, you will be able to see what is being projected, but of course it works best in a dark room with minimal lighting to give you that perfect moody feel, especially if you'll be watching some movies. Speaking of the speakers, well, they're quite loud. In fact, it's enough to fill the entire living room of the Yugatech HQ. The only problem is the quality. While it is decent, especially if you're just going to be watching some action movies, you don't get that full immersive surround sound that you would be expecting from a home theater setup, especially if you're just using the speakers on this. Thankfully, there is Bluetooth 5.0, so you can pair it wirelessly to your speakers, or you can also pair it with a 3.5mm audio port. Still, if you don't have speakers, they are decent enough. Just don't expect the best sound quality, but more importantly though, they are loud, so if you're watching in a group, they will be able to hear everything that's on screen. And like I mentioned earlier, you can also, of course, manually adjust the focusing, keystone, and even have an auto screen fit to fit your wall or even your projector screen perfectly. Like previous Wanbo projectors we've tried, there's also automatic obstacle avoidance automatically turned on in the settings. And now, since this runs on Android, it also comes with Chromecast built in. This makes it very easy to pair your phone and share your screen wirelessly. All you need to do is connect it to the same Wi-Fi as your projector, and you can pair your phone and share your screen. Unfortunately, if you're an iPhone user like me, no screen sharing out of the box. However, you can cast other apps like Netflix and YouTube from your phone to the projector, but there is some redundancy because you already have Netflix and YouTube built into this. Speaking of connectivity, this projector comes with dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0. Now, overall, the Wanbo Vali 1 comes with all of the same characteristics and features that we've come to like from a Wanbo projector, plus more. It's still easy to set up despite it being a bit bigger. The keystone and autofocus is now faster too, and more importantly, accurate. However, I do wish there's a way to angle it left and right to make the setup even easier, especially if you don't have perfectly straight walls or your setup is a bit unnatural. While having Android 11 out of the box is great, I do wish the OS was a bit smoother and more responsive. But aside from that, it's still a great budget projector if you want to have one in your home. And if you're not using it, it's a good looking piece of furniture. Now, for reference, the Wanbo Vali 1 retails for $279 or roughly 15,520 pesos plus shipping. At the time we recorded this video, there's also a promo on the Wanbo website that packages the Vali 1 with a projector screen for only $239 or roughly 13,300 pesos. Do note that the Wanbo Vali 1 isn't available through the official Wanbo Philippines, Shopee, and Lazada stores just yet. However, when we do have the local pricing, we will be sure to pin it down in the comment section down below, so check back for that. So, a budget projector with better performance but with a weight and size handicap. Is the Wanbo Vali 1 for you, or do you want something more compact than this? Whatever the case, share your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please do drop a like and subscribe to watch more. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And of course, visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Jose, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Jane. And this is heavy, so please like this video. I've been carrying this the entire time.